Welcome to Monsterhearts. Hello. Just a reminder to my players and to the audience, very serious. This is very serious. Make each main character's life not boring. That's you. Keep the story feral. Say what the rules demand, and say what honesty demands. As you can see, we are sans Sophie today, so bear with us. But we're gonna get right into it. We left off in the woods with Onyx searching desperately for some trace of her family, whether it be her mom or her dad, or the recently discovered pack importance that ended us at last episode. Onyx, you have searched and you have searched and you have searched, but you haven't been able to find any part of a wolf's fur, any sort of like tooth or a loose claw or any sort of remnants of den or anything to give to Steve, who was going to use it to potentially do some witchcraft, which he had set aside for a pretty long time, about the last 3 months. It's getting very cold. The sun is already set. Alaska is long gone after you accidentally walked up on her having a fight with her boo thing, Scotty. What do you do? What's next? What's the vibe?
I think I would kind of resigned head back to wherever our little family camp is, where I'm staying with the siblings, and send Steve a text that's like because I'm trying to remember what I like promised him last time. I kind of was like, I think I just was like, oh, maybe you'll get to meet my parents at some point. Like, I'm gonna get some information though. So I think I would text him and be like, I thought I could get some helpful info from my parents for you, but I don't know if anything would help, and Alaska thinks it's not a good idea for you to meet them.
So, yeah, Steve, you receive that text from Onyx.
I'm currently in Ken Marks's bathroom.
Yeah. So I was gonna say you spent. So this would be a little bit later in the evening because I would like to think that like you and Josie showed up with Becca. Or no, Becca didn't come. Becca wasn't.
Becca did not. Yeah,
Becca.
that was kind of our
Becca
like in. Yeah.
boofed. So you. This whole thing happened simultaneously with Onyx searching. So it's a little bit farther into the evening. Do you want to say that you are still in the bathroom, or would you have come out and helped Josie?
I think knowing what I know about the possession theory of Josie's parents and that there's a file with her name on it in Ken's computer. I think I would go down and I would say to Josie, I think you should get out of here. I think you should leave.
Mm-hmm.
Your parents don't know that you're dead, but they think that I'd probably hesitate, but be like, that you're possessed, and I think that you should go home and act as normal as possible to try to get them off your back, basically, because they're worried about you with your brother, and like I just feel like the best place for her to be is there and not with me doing this right now.
She would look at you, and I hope that Sophie. I was like, how do I do a Sophie impression?
I know.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'll
and
handle things here. You should be with them for sure.
you sure you can finish the spaghetti?
Yeah.
Okay, you have to bake it on 450.
I remember. I've made it. You're the new one.
Okay. Okay.
I'm really sorry that this happened, and good luck with everything. Keep me updated.
Okay, cool. Be safe.
You too.
And she'll turn around, gather her stuff. Before she leaves, she'll kind of like look at you just to make sure you're not going to stop her. And then she'll,
I pull out the letter that I had written because I was too nervous and I needed to write it down. I wanted to ask her a question, but timing wasn't right, and so I put the letter back in my jacket. And then I would just like make the spaghetti, finish making the spaghetti.
I forgot it's not spaghetti, and
oh no, it's
or it was macaroni and cheese.
Macaroni and cheese. That's right.
So please pardon me, Sophie.
Yeah.
If you're.
So we make some macaroni and cheese, and then I think.
Do you just make it yourself? Do you just by yourself make it and okay?
I think I would know how to make it at this point if we've been friends since kids. I'm still 14, so I probably don't do a great job. Like I put in too much salt or something.
The panko is a little burnt.
Yeah. I do it on 425 instead of 450, even though Josie just reminded me. So it's like not like super crispy. It's like the panko's kind of like soggy on top of
bread. On top
just
of
like
soft
bread chunks on top of macaroni and cheese. And then I think I would kind of just like wait for Ken and try to like talk to him. So I think I would still be there.
Okay. So you would be, I would then say, the text would probably come as you were making the macaroni, because it takes a lot less time for you to read files than it does to search the woods, turns out. So then we'll come back to that. Vernon, where do you find yourself?
I believe that I'm in the closet of Ronnie's closet.
That's right. That's right. Boy, 2 weeks is a long time.
Would Josie
I forgot about that.
Would Josie have told Steve that he was in there before she left?
So. She had kept it from Steve, like all last session. She kept it from Steve. So
yeah,
I feel like
about that.
Yeah, so I feel like she.
Yeah, because she never told you that Vernon was planning on even being there.
No.
Okay.
I think she didn't trust Steve. Not trust Steve, but
Did you talk to them before they went in?
No, Vernon like watched from a distance.
I watched.
Oh my god, I gotta stop watching so much RP because I'm getting all confused. Okay, so it's creepy creepson. So you're in the closet. It was the upstairs closet.
Yes.
Ronnie's closet, right?
Yes, because I'm gonna look through some computer files. I'm gonna stay there all night.
I don't want to speak for Sophie, but I do think at least Josie would probably send a text to Vernon and be like, "I gotta go be with my family. Good luck," or something like you know.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say, because Sophie didn't give me any, like, whatever, and not because she didn't want to, but we just never talked about it.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna say that Josie left, and y'all don't hear from her for the rest of the night.
Damn. So you don't even know that Josie left.
It's fine. Doesn't change my plan.
You probably would have heard the door open and close. And you hear like the putzing of things in the kitchen. At one point, you hear Steve like, "Oh shit."
I definitely burned myself.
450, 425. And him cooking around in the kitchen. So yeah, I would say it's safe to do whatever you needed to do.
Okay, so my main goal, at least now, because I have all night to snoop around on the computer in the office.
Fucking weirdo.
My my main goal is to just eavesdrop, essentially, on Steve's conversation with this man.
Okay.
Yeah. Um, I, but I'm also gonna like look around Ronnie's room, not in a creepy way, but for clues, of course.
Okay.
Not in a creepy way.
Um, do you have any strings on Ronnie?
Oh yeah. Let's see.
No.
Oh yeah.
I have one string on Ronnie.
You have one string on Ronnie. You didn't know her for a long amount of time. You weren't like Steve, where you were friends with her for years and years. She is a very private person. She knows how to get in and under people's skin and knows where to find information. She's very, very smart. And because of that, she knows how to close herself off to any potential investigation against her. So I would say you could use a string, use that string to add a +1 to your gaze into the abyss roll as you focus in on this room. And I do want you to know, or to name, if there is one particular piece of information that you're looking for, or like even like in the realm of something, like you want to know either where she is or what she's up to, or like something like that.
Okay, yes, I will make the gaze into the abyss. I think I'm looking for, obviously, Ronnie. We don't know if this is actually Ronnie, but still alive somewhere. So I want to see if Ronnie has been here recently. Like maybe Ronnie is conspiring with her dad. I don't know. Or if it seems like her dad has also has gone through this room to look for things, or I'm mostly trying to find things to maybe implicate her dad. That's my main goal.
Okay, so your focus is more so in her father might have something to do with it, and you're looking for that. Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, go ahead and roll then, and you can add that.
Okay, +1. I have a -1 to this. So this is a
even out.
Straight partial success.
Okay. So then you come out of the closet, so to speak, and you focus in on kind of the perimeter of this room. You're looking for, movement. It's been 3 or so months since she's been gone, so dust is starting to gather. You see that she is very meticulous. She's got everything kind of in its place, whereas most teenagers would be really messy. She keeps a very tight ship in her belongings. A messy workspace is a messy brain, and that is not Ronnie. You do feel as though someone has been in here, but because you don't know her that well, you don't know what it looked like before, you don't know what she's attached to. All you can really glean is that there is a lack of dust or accumulation or kind of stagnantness in her desk area, and there is like a small stuffed animal on her bed that looks as though it has been picked up and put down. And you're not quite sure how you know it, but there's like a warmth to it.
Suspicious.
Yeah. So you go over to the desk, you take a look, you see there's some like kind of brush marks a little bit, where there has been kind of like a movement of the accumulated dust. There is a small clean area where one of the stacks of notebooks are. So it looks like somebody has removed a notebook. But other than that, you don't see any evidence pointing anything towards Ken being anything other than like a caring and sad father, maybe coming in here to hug his daughter's favorite stuffed animal from a childhood and like mourning the loss of something.
Okay. That's suspicious to me though. Okay. I will
Dad behavior is suspicious. I don't know what it's like to have a father.
So okay, I will then just maybe try to find a position that I can more easily overhear any conversation that would be had elsewhere in the house without giving up my position.
Yeah, you start to leave Ronnie's room and you do hear the click of a door opening, and footsteps down the hall, going towards the kitchen area, so like down the stairs into the kitchen. And you hear the like muffled voices of Steve and Ken. And then we can cut to Steve. Ken comes down the stairs. Oh, Steve, thank you. It smells smells just like Ronnie used to make it.
Thanks. Josie had to leave, so
Oh,
it's just us. Sorry.
yeah. No, I'm sorry that, it's probably not easy to. Nothing. Yeah, it was. It's just work. They're worried about her.
I mean, Mr. Marks,
I shouldn't say much.
I don't want to assume anything ever, but I do know what you do for a living, so I know that if they're talking to you, that it's probably not great.
Yeah. I mean, she seems nice enough.
Super normal, super great, super very normal girl. Yeah, I think she's like, people just like expect weird because she's got blue hair, but
Oh, self-expression at this
yeah,
age. Very,
super normal though. Very low key, nothing strange.
Oh, I missed you, Steve. Definitely not nervous around adults at all.
Nope, not me. Mr. Marks, I really am sorry that I haven't been here. It's kind of not cool.
No, it's okay. Listen, I've had my fair share of brushes with people's reactions to death and missing, and you hear him kind of like choke up a little bit. Should we eat some of this
Yeah, we should.
macaroni? Like,
Yeah.
bowl it up. Let's go.
Okay.
Oh, did you just make that sound?
Yeah.
That's just like Ronnie did it. Oh, she loves the sound effects.
Yeah.
Oh. I'm sorry. No, it's fine. It's okay.
I miss her too.
No, I promised myself.
Can I say something that's like a little like personal, and maybe
Please,
something that might upset you?
Absolutely.
I really am holding out hope that she's okay. I have a gut feeling about it. And that might be hard to hear because maybe you're trying to make yourself accept something else, maybe a different conclusion, but I just wanted you to know that if you have that feeling, that it's a good feeling to have, because I have that feeling too. And I just kind of feel like she's still out there in my gut.
That's it's really nice, Steve.
Thanks.
You're a good kid.
No, I'm not. You should consider going on the podcast. If anything, I think it'd be kind of cool to see an adult really like show Vernon that he's not that smart. And I think that maybe you could like really set him straight on a couple of things and sound really like knowledgeable and cool. And also it is really high on the charts, and like it could be good for your business. I'm working on it. I'll be there. So like I won't let anything bad happen.
Okay.
Just saying.
All right. Yeah.
Do you have any
Yeah.
bread and butter?
Yes. And you'll see him kind of taking it in. He goes over to the fridge, gets some just like classic little tub with the cover on it.
Yes.
And it's just got like a stick of freaking Imperial or some shit, and like opens it up, gets some white bread, doesn't even toast it, just
Yes, exactly.
butter it up. It's too hard. He's like rips the bread, hands it to you. He's like, that's the best I can do.
No, this is literally exactly what I would have at home. Thank you.
And Vernon, from wherever you ended up, you definitely heard the start of this conversation, and I would say with how focused in they were and how kind of emotional it was, that you could easily get yourself to as close as possible without being heard or spotted. So you would have overheard that entire exchange.
Yeah, I started drafting a text to Steve, but I'm not sending it. But the anger is there just a little bit.
Love it.
Yeah, but
And so
I'm just waiting.
Do I get a text from Onyx? Is this
You
like
did,
about
yeah.
right now? So
Yeah.
I would just respond and say like, okay, totally understandable. I get that Alaska feels that way. And you want to listen to your older sister, so that makes sense. If you change your mind, let me know. But bros always. And then I put a fist bump emoji.
Bros before sisses.
Me
too. I love it so much.
You would see me like kind of a text bubble pop up and then disappear, and then like pop up and disappear, and then what I would send is, can you do your witchcraft if you haven't met them?
I would send back a text, because this is like modern times, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so Steve definitely would send back a text that says, I can certainly try.
With like a critical roll emoji.
Yes. Yeah, with like a D20 emoji. And then sorry, go ahead.
Onyx.
No, I think that I would.
Yeah, Onyx definitely does not get that.
Yeah.
Cool.
Nice.
Cool shape, bro.
Great. And I would respond and be like, if you trust me, it might be a cool way to meet them in a way.
Okay. Oh, wait. I just now read something. I think I would know this, having spent this much time with books. So my response actually would be, if I don't have something of theirs, I need to be looking them in the eyes.
Oh no.
It says to cast your hexes, either spend a sympathetic token during a secret ritual or meet the target's gaze and chant at them in tongues.
I can't believe I rolled so bad. I couldn't find one little fur tuft
So I would say that
in this whole woods.
A tuft.
It's the winter months. They're keeping their fur.
Yeah. Yeah.
True.
We're not shedding.
Okay, so you would send me a text.
I would say I need something from them, or I need to look them in the eyes.
Really pinning me to the fucking wall here, Steve.
Kinky.
Steve
New
texts
ship.
that back.
Kinky. Oh shit! I'm sorry. I didn't mean.
Just a joke.
Don't tell Josh.
JK. ILYS.
I'm dead.
I kind of got just PTSD just then. Back to the MSN Messenger days.
No.
I would say I really want to help you, but unless you have something of theirs, ... or unless I can meet them, there's nothing I can do.
You would again see like the bubble kind of like popping up and disappearing, like I'm texting, and then I text fine, and then like a minute later I'm like, you should come up to camp sometime.
I text back that GIF. I think I've said it literally in this because I love it in real life too. I text back that gift of the movie that Robert Redford is in with that big beard.
Oh,
yeah.
Yeah.
Just zooms in on him and he just nods. That's I send that GIF back.
I dislike it.
Thumbs down.
Fantastic.
Oh my
I absolutely
God.
love their relationship.
So good.
And then I think for Steve, he had a lot of big aspirations for what he wanted this night to be, but I think sitting across from Ken and talking to him, and for the first time in a while, like feeling like old Steve, I think he just kind of enjoys his company until he leaves, and I don't think he tries anything else with Ken.
Yeah, you would get a sense that is just exactly what Ken wants. It does feel like sans Ronnie, but there probably were a couple times in your childhood where like Ronnie went to another room, or she was like hanging out, or
like Steve woke up way too early, like the
kid
who woke up too early on the
and
sleepover.
they like made breakfast together or something. Yeah, so y'all share a lovely little moment. And I will say, I'm gonna give it to you because why not? Just for sharing that little moment, go ahead and add a string on Ken.
Oh, okay.
You never know.
Never know.
Perfect. Thank you.
Vernon, you realize that this is just becoming a very domestic scene. It's just a dad and a teenage friend of his daughter's chilling in the kitchen. Do you have anything you want to get up to aside from the eavesdropping?
Well, I'm incredibly disappointed that this is not more spicy. But you know, I think the empathetic kind of leaning in there gets to Vernon a little bit, but not too much. But really just just waiting, just biding my time until Ken goes to sleep.
Okay, so you have something you want to do once.
My plan is that once Ken goes to sleep, I'm just going to do a deep dive into his files or his computer, or I want to learn everything this man knows and his investigation, or at least try.
For this specific?
Yeah.
Okay.
Any, because I believe I saw that he has some files on my sister as well, or did I see that, or did Josie see that?
No, Steve saw that.
Steve
Oh,
saw
yeah,
those,
Steve
yeah.
saw
So you
that.
haven't seen, yeah.
Yes.
Steve, as just a reminder, Steve, if you want it, when you opened Ken's computer.
Well, when I through his eyes saw the computer.
Or through his eyes, yeah. That's right. That's right.
Yeah.
I was like, how did you make it?
Yeah. I cast I grabbed his toothbrush and cast him. Excellent.
Through his eyes, you saw him go through some of his files, and he had a specific file on, I think we just called it the incident, and it was about the night of the festival when Hollow Steve was kind of found out, had the altercation with y'all, ran away, and there were specific tabs or documents with the titles Bridget Townsend, Lilith Jasper, Scotty Pearson, and Jenna Taylor. You didn't get a chance to see what those were, why they were, anything that was in them before you left the vision. But Vernon, you didn't see that. So I would say, yeah, you hear the last bits of Steve and Ken chatting. You hear it wrap up. You start to hear sorry, there was a bug on my wall. And you hear Steve say goodbye. You hear the door open. You hear the door close. You hear tinkering in the kitchen. Probably Ken. I keep wanting to call him Steve because my dad's name is Steve.
My dad's name is also Steve.
Yes, Steve's for the win. But Ken, presumably cleaning up. For a minute, you hear soft sobbing. And then you hear footsteps going up the stairs. You hear a lock on the door of his office. You hear a bedroom door close, and you hear more soft sobbing. And then eventually it quiets down. And at this point, it probably is about like 10:30, nearing on 11 o'clock by the time he kind of quiets.
Okay. I'm a disciplined stalker, so after he quiets, I wait an extra hour to make sure.
I want that on a t-shirt. I'm a disciplined stalker.
But
it's just a picture of Matt.
If I'm gonna be here all night, I might as well be safe.
Yeah.
I have to know, does Vernon, are you just chilling? Do you play games on your phone? Like, what's the thing? Are you just
stand straight, silent, unmoving in the dark for one straight hour.
Oh my god. Okay. So yeah, I would say
vampires are used to a lot of time passing.
Yeah.
It's kind of like you just like shut yourself off.
Actually, will you do me a favor just for funsies? Will you just roll straight roll and tell me what it is?
A straight roll? Oh my god.
Yeah, just definitely don't do a gay one.
It better be straight.
Yeah, if it's even bisexual,
if you do
I will
a homosexual roll.
End this game now.
11.
Oof, juicy.
11's
okay, so yeah,
you
are able to stand so straight and so still and so alert.
You fucking freak.
That you are so in it. You sense the change of weather outside. You start to know that the snow is falling, the pressures of the air. Like, that's how still and alert you are. But yeah, you manage to sit there for an hour. Go for it. Do what you need to do.
All right, so I venture and I try to get into the office if I can.
Okay.
I know I heard a lock on it.
Yeah,
but...
it is locked. So you would need to either find a key or find an alternate route in.
I
This was fun.
I would
A little heist.
Yeah.
I mean, I would definitely do a search around just to see if I can find the key. Because if there are any keys out, I would try to take them and use them. That would be my first try. And if I can't find a key, I would pick it.
Okay, I will give you.
With his vampire fingernails.
Yes.
I will give you 2 places that you can look. So decide on 2 investigatory places.
Okay. Oh man. So.
Are you cleaning off bug guts?
No, I'm trying to find D6s. I have all my dice laid out on a. No, I do have a bug gut on this piece of paper though.
Bug gut.
Bug gut.
Sorry, Matt.
I'm trying. Where would Ken Marks keep his keys? So he's an investigative guy. So I don't think he would have like a bowl in front of the door or anything like that where he puts his keys. I think he probably has it like on him in his room.
You going in?
I'm going in.
Oh my god, I hope he wakes
Okay,
the
we're
fuck
gonna
up.
play a slight version of rollies / I'm kind of taking a little bit of essentially the idea of kids on bikes where you like roll against a roll. So
Yes.
if you're going into Ken's room, roll just a straight roll, and I'm gonna say, because you rolled so high on your like ability to stay still and be like an expert stalker, what is your highest stat?
I'm a 2 hot.
Yeah, I would say you're feeling yourself.
He's gonna sneak with hot.
Yeah, well, yeah, because he's like confident. He's like in it. So yeah, go ahead and add.
Matt saying I'm a 2 hot.
Go ahead and add yours, but I am also going to add that stat.
Okay.
Ugly duckly.
8.
Please get higher than 8, please.
So I got a 12.
Oh.
Yeah. So 6 plus 4 plus 2.
Well, that's
so
not good.
You open the door. There is a slight creak. You hear a snort and like a jolt, and he doesn't wake up. But you take a look around the room, and because you're a little startled at the thought of having maybe woken him up and been found out, you don't see a key or any sort of like hiding place for a key. It's a very bare room. There's not a lot. Like there's a dresser and like an end table, but like other than that. So you can anticipate no key.
All right, I will leave. I realize instantly this is a bad decision. I leave that room. Okay, and then I am going to I probably should just leave. But I'm not going to.
You can do, if you want to do an alternate route too. Like you got one more place to look if you want to try to find a key, but you can also like seek alternate situation. Or do you have any powers or anything that might aid in?
I do not. I mean, I could hypnotize him to give me, to like let me in, and if I rolled high enough, they would have no idea. He would have no idea that anything is wrong.
High risk, because then he's like, there is a child in my house. And
wake him up now.
A child who is very quaff and debonair.
Keep the story feral.
Keep the story feral.
I'm gonna put on a mask. I don't know if I have a mask or like
where would you get a mask?
I would
If you
try to
want to
find.
use your last look to find something to disguise yourself.
Yes. I'll use my look to find like like a winter cap that I can like push over my
Okay.
face just to hide my identity.
What's your neutral
A
stat?
balaclava.
Like, what are your middle?
I have an 1 in cold, -1, and negative and volatile and dark.
Go ahead and I'm gonna say roll with dark because you're getting desperate and a little bit out of ideas.
Okay. Yep. Fair enough.
And I'll also roll.
That's a 5.
And it's -1, right?
Yeah, that 5 is with the -1.
Okay, I'll roll also. That is 8. So, you managed to find in Ronnie's room a beanie, one of her beanies, that you can just put on your head, but it just doesn't, it comes to here. You can't really pull it down.
Okay, I'm gonna keep it feral. I'm going to open the door to Ken's room.
Oh my god.
And I'm going to try to find the shadows, like in the corner.
Oh, okay. I'm gonna say this is painful. Go ahead, you can do that easily, but
This is painful.
Yeah, you've got a beanie to here, and you're hiding in a shadow. Do you wake him up? What do you do?
Ken.
Oh. Ronnie? Ah!
Yes.
Whoa! Who the?
Did you say yes? Oh my god, dude.
Who? He like scrambles up in bed. What the?
I need you to give me access to your computer just for tonight. That's it.
What the fuck?
And I'm going to try to hypnotize him with my vampire move.
Oh, okay, what's
the?
So
will you read it again?
This is a yes. You can hypnotize people who have no strings on you. I don't think he has a string on me. I have a string on him because I'm hot.
Yeah, he would not. He has never seen you in his life.
On a 10 and up, they do exactly what you wish and have no idea that anything is wrong. A 7 to 9, hypnosis works, but you choose one. They realize exactly what you've done to them. They fuck up your commands, or their sanity is unhinged.
Oh God.
So I'm going to hypnotize him and use my string on him to add a +1 to this.
Okay.
You're so brave, Matt.
Oh, Matt, I'm gonna also say that 5 counts as towards your experience. So go ahead and mark an experience.
Oh, nice. All right, that's my second experience. All right, +1 to this. 10.
Oh, God
Okay.
damn it.
So you hypnotize him. He sits up in bed. What the fuck? And you say that you need him to let you into his computer
I want
room?
access to his computer for the night.
Okay. You see his eyes kind of go dazed as the hypnosis takes effect. And he looks at you and he says, "Oh, yeah. I keep the key down in the kitchen if ever you need it." And he'll like just in his like straight up boxer shorts and like little t-shirt get up, walk his little self downstairs. You hear the footsteps go down, come back up. Just make sure password is Ronnie Girl 420. Don't tell her.
As he gets
done.
gets the key and comes up, I stop him before he gets like super close, and I say, "Put the key on the counter." I don't want him to get too close. And then when he says "Ronnie Girl," I just step out of the room and go get the key and go into the office. I don't say anything else to him.
The camera kind of like lingers on him, and he, as soon as you're out of his sight, he kind of just goes dormant as he sits on the edge of the bed. and then it cuts to you. And you unlock his office and go into the computer room that Steve saw earlier.
Okay, I type in Ronnie Girl 420.
You hear the boot up noise and
Yep.
are face to face with his desktop.
Okay, I open up every folder.
Every folder?
No, I mean not every folder, but I want to know about his investigation specifically. But I'm also interested in what this guy's up to. You know, just personally.
Is there any investigation? Is it specifically the one? Anything having to do with Ronnie's disappearance, or is there something in particular?
Yes, mostly Ronnie's disappearance. I know that he's investigating, and I just want to see what he knows, what he's investigating, and what's going on with him.
Okay. You don't see a lot about Ronnie particularly. I will say that you do see that same file labeled the incident, and you read it and you get firsthand accounts from Bridget talking about, and you can almost hear it in her voice, how a kid ran away from her painting and how awful that felt for her, and she just felt like it was her lowest point as an artist, even though she affected real emotion. And she's just really upset and needs to go probably on a retreat in order to find herself again. And as you're reading this, you kind of laugh, Vernon, because you notice that she has been very different in class lately, a little bit more withheld and withdrawn. So you kind of chuckle to yourself. You hear or you see that your sister, you find that document with her name on it, and it is a witness statement from her. And you see that she was at the fair that day and saw the incident, and specifically mentions seeing a group of high schoolers near the scene, talking to the person in question who ran away. Um, you see a couple files about the animal control tactics specifically for Angelwood Forest Preserve. Not a lot there, but it has kind of a list of wild animals that have been spotted in the area. You see wolves, you see a couple instances of infected raccoons that had to be moved and treated, but mostly pretty insubstantial wildlife: squirrels, possums, city animals. Nothing you really don't know. And then you do see a witness statement from Steve's mom in that as well. And similarly to your sister, you don't remember seeing Steve's mom anywhere at the festival. And most of this statement is less about the actual incident rather than her worry about how a potential crime such as this is affecting the youth of the area. And she does specifically mention Steve and her relation. She does mention having known Ronnie since she was a child. She does mention being worried about the effect that this is going to have on Steve's mental health, on the mental health of his friends. And there's a couple things in there about her tactics as a parent and how she kind of wants to deal with it. but you don't get a sense that any of this is really geared towards him trying to specifically find Ronnie until you get to the document that is labeled Scotty. And you open that file, and it's a picture of Scotty before they dyed their hair. They look a lot younger, a lot scrawnier. Unfortunately, you see that the document refers to them as Sabrina Pearson, and uses she pronouns, talks about slightly slipping into deviant behavior over the course of the end of her 8th grade year into high school, potential effects that might have on Ronnie and Ronnie's self-esteem, and it isn't investigatory almost so much as a journal entry about how much Ken is not really a fan of Scotty's influence on his daughter.
Okay. I take a picture of all this on my phone, of course.
Like you're just like,
I'm not gonna like screenshot on the actual computer,
God.
so I'm just taking pictures of the screen from my phone. And then I have to, if I have access to the computer, I go on and I subscribe to my podcast on his computer.
Yeah, you do. Okay.
And then I, shut the computer down, leave the office lock it back up, put the keys exactly where it was.
Mm-hmm. You see, as you're doing all this, you just see him still just like despondent on the bed, not like upset or anything, just like almost as if he's waiting for you to like tell him what to do next.
Okay. Good night.
Oh, did you find what you're looking for?
No, sorry. It's okay. It's not your fault.
Oh, okay. Well, maybe next time.
Yeah, I'd love that.
Okay, cool.
You mind if I have some macaroni and cheese before I head out?
Oh, yeah. Help yourself.
Thank you. I take some of the macaroni and cheese, and I put it in like I don't know, I find like a Tupperware container.
I was gonna say, just with the 10 succeed, you can take his best Tupperware.
Okay, yeah, if I take his best Tupperware, I kind of pack it in there. I'm not eating this, but I do want to take it. And then I
Flip that. Please clip that. I'm not eating this, but I do want to take it.
And then I just leave. I gotta leave.
Okay. I would like to think that in the movie version of this, where we would, as the audience, get to see everything, he remains despondent until we just hear the packing of the Tupperware, the opening and closing of the fridge, the pat of the feet leaving the house, the open of the front door, the close of the front door, and as soon as you leave, he kind of comes to and then just lays down and goes to sleep. Does anybody else have anything they want to do?
I can't
this evening.
You pulled that off, and I couldn't find one tuft.
One tuft.
That's so funny.
If nobody has anything to do for the rest of this evening, I will say, Steve, you get back home to your house. Your mom is already in bed. She texted you likely on your way home that says, hey, Be home safe. Lock the door when you get in. I love you.
I think I come home and sorry, were you about to say something?
No.
Or were you just like saying
I was gonna move to
Yeah.
Go ahead.
I think I come home and I like go to my mom's room and I like the door's cracked and I just kind of like look in and I see that she's sleeping and then I think I just like go in and I like crawl in bed and just like cuddle up next to my mom.
Oh. Well, this is about to get really weird then because you do get a text.
See, I didn't know that's what I was asking. Okay, perfect. No, I love it.
I wanted to see. This is gonna get feral.
Okay.
You get a text. You open your phone, and it's from Dustin. And he says, "Hey, sorry if today was hard. Want to hang out soon?"
I'm trying to remember. Dustin and I didn't we just make plans to go see a movie or something together?
Oh, did
Like
you?
he had tickets for something.
Oh, the D&D movie.
Yes.
Oh, was that tonight?
I don't know if that was. It was tonight. It was after Ronnie's, wasn't it?
Yikes.
So he texts you and says, "Hey, sorry if today was hard. Missed you tonight. Can we hang out soon?" I really gotta write this stuff.
Yeah, I mean, I think Steve would have remembered, but I kind of love the feral choice of him forgetting and being.
Would he though? Because you said you specifically get lost in this.
No, I think that's what makes him. I think I'm saying like if that wouldn't have happened, and I don't think that
gotcha.
Steve like just was flippant about it. I think that he just got so. So I think he.
The night
like,
changed.
Yeah, so I think he just like sighs and he texts Dustin and says, "Dude, I'm a dick. There's no excuse. Tonight with Ronnie's dad just kind of got intense. It was hard. If you can forgive me, I really would love to hang out soon. The replacement tickets are on me."
He likes that text.
Mm-hmm.
You see the bubble appear and disappear a couple times.
Yeah.
And then a gif in a vein of all is forgiven.
Yeah.
Pops up.
Aragorn and Legolas clasping forearms.
The, like, and he'll text and say, "I'll hold you to it." And then he texts and says, "Did you hear your friend Becca is going on a date with Vernon?"
I just send it back in all caps. What? Question mark.
He like reacts with like the laugh face, like with the tears.
Yeah.
And says, "I know, right? And Onyx and Josh are going to the dance together."
We stand Onyx
That
and
means
Josh.
That means Josh told him because Onyx didn't.
Okay, well then in that case, yeah, I think Steve would be like, "I fucking knew it," and I think you would say, "We stand Josh and Onyx," but I don't get good vibes from Vernon. The way he treated Cora wasn't cool, and I'm afraid Becca will fall right into that.
And I'd like to think that this becomes one of those teen moments where y'all start texting conversationally.
Oh yeah, for sure.
So you start to kind of hear him feeding into your subconscious, and he texts you back and is like, "I know, right? Like, Vernon is so sketch. Becca's so kind. What the fuck?
Yeah, she's really cool. And although we aren't in a great place, I still don't want her to get hurt.
You've been friends for a long time, though. Surely she'll come around.
I'm 14. Everything is the biggest deal possible.
Uh-huh.
I say, I don't know. Sometimes arguments are just too big. I mean, Dustin was Dustin there in the forest?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I cast.
But he didn't come back into
Yeah.
The investigation. He stayed at school.
Man, I did cast a spell on her, man.
Okay, to be fair though, I mean, I can't say anything because it wasn't cast on me, but that shit was dope. Like, that was cool.
I think this is the first time that someone has, like, made Steve feel like this was a cool thing.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe Onyx a little bit is starting to do that with her, the stuff with her parents.
Mm-hmm.
Making him feel, like, wanted with that aspect of himself. But I think he, like, kind of, like, smiles to himself, takes that in for a moment, and says, I hated the outcome, but honestly, it is pretty dope. I saw some crazy shit tonight at Ronnie's. Stuff that I probably don't want to say over text.
He, like, the, like, big eyes
Yeah.
to that.
No mouth.
Yeah. And is like, okay, you gotta tell me ASAP tomorrow, though.
Will do. And sorry again, for real.
A little bit of time goes by. You kind of settle back into sleep. You don't get a response for a bit. And then just as you're about to, like, doze off, you get a buzz. And it says, are you going to ask anyone to the winter formal?
I pull the letter out of my jacket that I wrote for Josie, and I read the poem that's on it, and I kind of like sigh, and I fold it back up and I text, I guess I kind of forgot, wasn't really planning on it, but I probably want to go.
You don't get a response, at least before you fall asleep.
Okay.
And the night grows darker and deeper and quieter, and a soft layer of snow falls out of the window. And you sleep, Steve, better than you have slept in a long time.
I wake up, like, clearly having, like, kicked my mom and stuff all night, like, sprawled
Yeah.
out, like, taking up,
You
like...
wake up and she's not there, and the bed is cold.
Yeah.
So she has probably not been there for a while. And you wake up. It is... Did we say it was Thursday? I think we said it was Thursday. So it's Friday, last day of the week.
Is the dance tomorrow?
No, the dance is going to be next week.
Okay.
But you remember that you spent all night texting Dustin, and you look to see if you have a text on your phone from him, and you don't have anything.
I thought that
and
Dustin
with that,
was going to ask Steve
We'll take a little bio break
Before
we get into. You want more? Well, we're gonna get more. So grab some water. We're gonna have a little bit of a shorter session, so we don't go too far without Sophie. So we'll just take a quick wee little water break. Grab some snacks and join us for the second half of whatever teenage hormones is happening. Be right back.
All right, be right back. Bye.
Bye. Welcome back. Monsterhearts, we're here. We're doing it. It is the next morning. You've all awoken on a beautiful Friday, December 8th, if I recall. And you see fresh, beautiful fallen snow on the ground. The town is picturesque. Christmas lights and holiday twinkles are everywhere, abundant. The neighborhood feels so busy and happy this time of year. But the three of you are bogged down by mystery and intrigue and chaos. And Vernon, you wake up from your pretty successful evening. Didn't intend to really go face to face with an adult who you didn't know, especially the father of the victim that you are investigating. But you feel pretty good about what you came away with. You at least have some information about that evening. You have a couple names now that you know you can tap for your own files. And as you wake up, you get the sense that you are being watched. As someone who watches, you know the feeling. And you see Cora sitting at the end of your bed. Good morning, Vernon.
Is she's just sitting on the end of my bed?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, she's dressed for school. It looks like she hasn't been there for very long, but long enough to get away with watching you.
Hey, good morning.
I hope that you slept well.
Yeah, I did.
I just wanted to let you know that, and I don't know why I'm doing this because I don't owe you anything, and you actually have been really awful to me the past few months, and I guess I just feel like being the bigger person, but I just wanted to let you know that your podcast is tanking.
In what way?
You were number 3 on the top charts, and in the span of 12 hours, you have been knocked down to number 61.
Interesting. That's very sudden. I don't remember a dip in quality.
It seems like there's been some pretty bad reviews, and I've taken the liberty of printing them out for you. And she turns around and gives you a stack of papers.
Interesting. Well, thank you. Interesting. Do you have any suggestions about what I should do about this?
I don't know, maybe stop being an asshole.
Yes, maybe. Listen, Cora, I just wanted to say I'm sorry. I know that's not enough, but
yeah, I'm
sorry.
sure you are after you find out that your podcast is tanking. Yeah, I'm sure you're sorry.
I mean, I'm not gonna lie. That's part of it, but I am genuinely sorry. I hope things aren't too weird for us, and I would like to have a somewhat cordial relationship because I do appreciate you.
Was that your your sister yesterday? Because she was really nice. We talked for a little bit. She told me some really interesting things about you.
Interesting. What did she say?
That you just have a gift, a way about you, and that you use it to your advantage, and sometimes ways that she feels are pretty reckless and a little bit immature. A lot immature is what she said, but...
Well, I can't fully deny that. I do have a gift. Sorry, go ahead, Cora.
No, please, you.
No, please. It's...
No.
Well, I want to say that this gift that was my sister, that she said that I had, I did use it on you. And that was unfair, but I didn't want to manipulate you because I genuinely wanted to be around you. And I'm sorry if I used it in a way that was malicious, because I believe it was now in hindsight. I'm sorry about that. And you don't have to forgive me, but I know that I can't forgive myself.
You son of a gun.
Well, even for you, I think that's pretty kind. So, we'll see. I suggest that you get to work on damage control. Some of those reviews are pretty ruthless. And never mind that they were all written by the same person. And she, stands up and starts to leave your little guest house.
Do I see who wrote these reviews from these papers? I want to glance at it before she leaves so I can...
Yeah, you can see that all the usernames have some sort of the variation of the last name Lancaster.
I want to use my vampire power to make her stay so bad.
Feral.
Do you?
Yes, I'm going to use it.
Is this inescapable?
Inescapable, yes. Spin a string on someone. I have 1, 2, 3, 4. I have 5 strings on Cora.
Oh my
Are
god,
you gonna
you
use them?
villain.
Yes, I'm going to use inescapable. Spin a string on someone to demand that they remain in your presence. If they still walk out, and you gain 2 strings on them. Okay. And I'll just say, wait, Cora, please stay for a second. I have to ask you about these reviews.
There are 2 people in Angie's brain right now.
She is gonna... She's gonna roll to shut you down.
Okay, fine.
And that is what... Sorry, I'm fluctuating. Roll to shut someone down is cold, right?
Yes.
Yarp.
Okay. She rolled a 10, which is a success. And I'm sorry, bear with me. This is a little new. Okay, I see what it's saying. So she turns around and you see for a split second that her eyes are different. And she, even in just the few moments that you've spent with her just now, has, like, she was confident when she told you off, but this is a smoothness and a mellowness that she has not existed in before. She's always been very nervous, very flighty, very like stuttery, kind of emotional. And you are going to lose. How many strings did you have on her?
5. Well, I have 4 now that I used the inescapable.
You have no strings on her.
Oh!
Um,
Yes, Cora.
and you take the condition. What would be a good condition? Do you already have? You already have a condition, right?
I already have the unsettled condition.
Specifically
around
me.
Steve, though.
Yes.
So I'm gonna extend that to Cora. You are now unsettled around Cora. This confidence in her that she has shown has shaken you, and it feels very familiar.
Okay. When she looks back at me, I just say, sorry, never mind. Thank you for the reviews. I kind of get up and start getting ready for school.
Yeah, she kind of watches you for a little bit, and she stands very still and very straight. And then she turns, and her black hair kind of billows behind her as she opens the door and closes it behind her.
I immediately call my sister.
You call her?
Yeah, I call her. I know it's like in the morning.
Yeah, you're definitely not 14.
She doesn't answer. Yeah, you're definitely 150. She doesn't answer, but you get one of those like, you know how like when you get a call and you can like send a text to respond to the call instead. It's like one of those automated ones that's like, can't pick up the phone right now in a meeting. We'll call you back at my earliest convenience. Like very proper.
I send a text. I sent her a text of just the screenshot of my phone of her file that I found in Ken's computer. That's it.
Okay. You see that she reads it. By the time you are done getting ready for school, she does respond. And she says, just had to check in on you. See for myself if you're the monster they're talking about.
Oh man. I respond. I just responded. We should talk face to face soon.
She sends you back a picture of her, like selfie style, and it looks like it was taken maybe a couple weeks ago. There's no snow on the ground, but it does look a little bit like chillier. But the sun is shining. There's a nice like forest preserve background, and she has her arm around Cora, and she says, I met your ex. she's lovely. Maybe she can come along.
Um, she is lovely. Let's talk just us first, though. Would love to bring her in later.
She thumbs ups the text.
Okay. And then I get to blocking all of the comments on the podcast.
Okay. So from your walk to the train ride and subsequent entry into school, you are just blocking and blocking all of these messages. At some point in the morning, all three of you get this text from Josie B.
JB. Am I supposed to see something because I don't?
Oh.
Oh.
Do you know?
Yep.
Yeah.
A la Josie's paragraph texts, and then for the stream who's listening via podcast, a text message reading, "Hey, not feeling good today, won't be at school, going to hang out with Duffy. I think he has some stuff he's been working on, and he's gonna fake being sick so he can show me. I want to be a good sister and a good friend, and I hope you all keep me informed about what goes on at school. Thank you all for your support, and I'll see you tomorrow. Smiley face, heart."
Sweet Josie.
Hey, Josie's got 50% battery at 8 a.m. That's rough.
That means she probably went to bed with 100% though, which might not be rough.
Did she send it in a group text or individually?
Well, it's individual because she has an Android and that's canon.
I would just respond then and say, absolutely, of course, I think that's a great idea. Have fun. We'll keep you updated.
Yeah, she'll heart it.
I would heart it, be like, feel better soon. That fucking sucks.
And I respond, thanks for letting me in the house. Hope everything's good.
Fucking weirdo.
Good thing it wasn't a group message.
What?
She sends the like. I keep saying, well, okay, because she has an Android, so I can like do any emoji I want on Android, because I don't know if you guys can do that, but
What a great convenience.
so she would do like the exclamation point question mark reaction to your text, Vernon, and you know that to be like, hey, shut the fuck up, nothing happened, I don't know what you're talking about. And is there anything before y'all get to
I would text
homeroom?
Dustin.
Oh, double text.
And say,
Yikes.
okay, first of all, fuck both of you. That was very triggering from me, Zach.
What did you say?
You both, like, you said double text, and then Matt went oof, and I, like, immediately, like, went back in time. But I text Dustin and I say, hey, want to meet before homeroom to chat about what I found? Question mark.
He messages shortly back.
So he deliberately
Back
didn't
shortly
respond
after
then.
and says, "Oh my gosh, thought I hit send. So sorry. Fell asleep. Yeah, let's meet. I want to hear everything."
And I'm gonna text Steve and say, wanna skip school today too? And meet my parents.
Oh, fuck! No! Oh my god! Steve's
If I was
never...
really mean, I would say that's where we would end, but we still have more time.
Steve's never been pulled in so many directions.
I've never had so many friends who wanted to do different things.
I also text Onyx.
This episode should just be called WYD. What are you doing?
Yeah. You up?
You up?
Yeah.
Phone her disc.
I text Onyx. Bots tanking the podcast. very weird. Do you want to talk about it? Maybe we can get ahead of it.
Oh my god.
I'll text back. I thought PR was your job.
In the job breakdown, we said.
Well, and I respond, I guess I'm not doing a good job of it. I need your help.
Like reluctantly, I'll be like, damn, okay, what's going on? What can I do?
Well, check out our ratings. It's plummeted.
But I also noticed that all of the reviews are these like public reviews.
Yeah, so if you were to go to like Spotify or Apple Music or wherever you get your podcasts,
yeah, famously,
then you would see there's like a bunch of. They're not all on one. So like Vernon, you didn't see like a million reviews just on Spotify. They're like spread over the course of.
It's devious.
Clearly, a vampire. She had so much time on her hands.
But
I also noticed they're all variations of the last name Lancaster.
Mm-hmm.
So I would like go and look, and I would go and text Vernon back and be like, send like an eye roll emoji and be like, bruh, you gotta like figure out how to be nice to Cora.
Yes, I respond. You're right. I want to talk to you about that because I'm not good at it and I want to make things better, not just for the podcast, though. For her, for us, for everyone.
Fucking, I hate you, dude.
I text back, are you okay?
I respond, yes, kind of.
Yes, kind of.
Okay, I think I would wait to hear back from Steve before I.
Yeah, you get a response from me that says, I would be honored, fuck yeah, let's do it. And on the way, you can tell me how Josh asked you to do the dance.
Oh, thumbs down it.
I said like any variety of gif of someone laughing very hardly. And I say,
okay,
meet you at the mausoleum.
Yeah, sounds good.
And then I would text Dustin.
Yeah, okay, you go first.
And then I would text Dustin and say, oh, keep it feral, 14. I would say, oh shit, dude, Mom just surprised me with a skip day. Gonna be hanging out with her. But maybe we can meet up after school, ?
Yeah. Sounds good. Do you want me to... Never mind. No. Yeah, that's cool.
Is that okay? ?
For sure! ! Have so much fun. Hope she buys you a breakfast sandwich at whatever the fuck that place was.
First episode.
Do I know? Robbie's Bodega.
Yeah, Robbie's. I like can tell that something's weird, and I text back and I say, okay, cool. Also, what were you gonna send? I never got the message.
Yikes.
Dot. That's what I imagine is happening when the dots are happening. It's like,
yeah.
I'll tell you later. Info
that.
for info.
I deserve that, yeah. Okay, really looking forward to it, man. Feels like we haven't seen each other a lot. !
He like hearts the message. Yeah, he just reacts to it.
Yeah. And then I go down and have breakfast with my mom and then don't go to school.
How do you get away with that though? Because she goes to school.
Oh fuck! Oh, well, okay. Hold on then. I don't think he would have. I don't think he would have said that. I don't think he would have said that if Zach did not remember that. He would not have used.
Job is pretty new.
He wouldn't use that as an excuse, dude. Come on.
Wait, he wouldn't have used that as an excuse.
Because he knows that he's not an idiot. He would think that Dustin would run into her and see her.
Okay, so then how? Okay, so then number one, what does he say to Dustin?
Fuck, I'm sorry, but I forgot that he's
that's
not
cool.
an idiot.
I
He
like
wouldn't do
this.
that.
Yeah.
So he would say, I think he would still lie in a way, but be more truthful. And I think what he would say is, damn, dude, Onyx just texted me. It seems like she's really going through it. Maybe her parents aren't so cool with this Josh thing. Wants me to talk to her, so I think I'm going to go talk to her. But then maybe we can meet up after school?
He would say, I'm not at school yet. If you need backup, I can reroute. Would love to help Onyx out. Ship her and Josh so hard.
This is why you don't lie. This is why you don't lie. This is why you don't lie.
Everyone loves me and Josh so much.
But your call. Will respect the shit out of it.
I don't know if she was.
Juicy.
I don't know if she was comfortable with me sharing that. So maybe it should just be me for now. But definitely want to meet up later.
Big herd. Thumbs up. We'll cover for you with your mom.
Dude, thank you! Exclamation point. And then I would still say, by the way, what did you send? I didn't get the message. And then I'm assuming that interaction would be the same.
So I think that because of the vibe now, it's less like, hey, I'm ditching you, and more like, I am gonna go be a friend.
Yeah.
And also, he would say, let's meet up, let's hang, maybe we can go see that movie with a winky face.
I think that Steve would like feel his heart in his throat and not know why he felt that way and be a little. I mean, a winky face is pretty obvious. I think that Steve.
Then you get a follow-up text with a asterisk and a regular smiley face. Sorry, don't know why winky sent.
Angie, you bitch.
This is great.
I'm sweating.
I think that Steve's heart would sink a little bit. And that he would take note of that feeling and be surprised of that feeling. Mm-hmm. And would send back keep it feral. He's more confident with all this magic stuff. He's more confident with all this magic stuff. I think he would send back, it's on me, winky face, and then an asterisk, and just the words meant the wink.
Okay.
There's whatever note to Josie.
I think what's happening, because this is what I was gonna say earlier. I think that Steve is like, it's not like he was raised in a city, so he's not like unfamiliar with that. I think that he just was raised with two, kind of three with Scotty, like, you know, just as far as when they were young, raised with all female friends as the dude, and was like, this is my slot in this relationship, is I'm the guy, they're the girl, like that's that relationship. And I think that this is really surprising him, this feeling, and it's kind of that like butterflies feeling of this for some reason like feels like risque or wrong or dangerous, but it's very exciting at the same time. You know what I mean? You know that feeling that you do when you like when you send a text like that. It's like it's not that it's actually wrong, but it has that feeling of like, oh, should I have done that? But it's also very exciting. And I think that's what he's feeling.
I still get that.
Yeah, I think that's what he's feeling, and he just kind of rides that, and he sends that in the text.
Okay. You don't get you get like a like heart to the wink, but nothing after that, or no, a heart to the like meant the wink.
Okay, I think in that case, Steve would thoroughly prepare himself to be able to be like, haha, that was funny, wasn't it?
Yeah.
So he's willing to play it either way, depending on when he sees Dustin.
Yeah.
And then he would text Onyx and say, on my way.
And I would text Vernon and be like,
I gotta calm down.
What?
I just said, now I need to calm down.
I would text Vernon and be like, just like won't be at school today, but I'll be back in time for practice, so we can talk before or after.
I respond, all right, sounds good. And then
And
I text.
No, I just would text back and be like, don't be weird today.
I won't. And I text Steve.
I love this.
You're a part of the podcast now, so you should be a part of these conversations. Something is happening. Our reviews are tanking. Need help. You available today?
I think Steve has a panic attack.
I have to take a sick day.
Steve would respond and say, oh no, what happened? I'm also taking a sick day from school, but will maybe be around later in the afternoon tomorrow.
Huh.
Hey, I'm a freshman. My schedule's full.
I'm booked.
Okay.
Is there something I can do remotely?
Road.
Got some work from home hours.
I can pull up to a Starbucks.
I just respond, no. Let's talk to you tomorrow.
Thumbs up.
Why is this every conversation with any of my managers that I'm taking a mental health day? Talk to you tomorrow. Anybody else want to send a text to Steve?
Nope.
Steve, you get a text from Alaska. No, I'm
Steve, you get a text from Ronnie.
Oh no!
Hey, I'm at this location. Can you come?
Imagine.
Steve, you do get a text.
Are you serious? From who? Angie. No, leave me alone. Stop smiling. No! Limited texting. Don't reply to this number. We'll try to update you when I can. Don't go in the woods. Motherfucker.
Wait, did you get a text?
Yes.
What is it?
I just said it for the stream, but you don't hear this. But I get a text that says limited texting. Don't reply to this number. We'll try to update you when I can. And then a separate text that says don't go in the woods.
You don't know who it's from?
It says unknown sender.
You're so popular.
I think he would take a second and find the nearest bench and sit down.
Do you want to gaze into the abyss? I'm kidding. You don't have to.
No.
No. I'm chill.
So do you go? So okay. So let's. You're You and Onyx are meeting.
I do think I need to, honestly, literally at this point, I think I need to roll to keep my cool.
Okay.
I think I need to roll to just like...
What's your despite fear? Name what you're afraid of.
Yeah, so I think that I am afraid of... That's a good point. What is he afraid of?
Because you just got a text from an unknown number,
Yeah.
plus you're going to almost maybe meet Onyx's parents, plus you might have a crush, plus you were about to have a crush on Josie.
Yeah, listen, we don't...
Is that what was happening?
We don't know.
I didn't ever catch that, so that's new to me.
Listen, we
And then you have a job now where your boss is texting you about reading reviews and helping delete them, so a lot just happened.
Okay, I think my fear is that because I'm gonna get pulled in so many places. I think Steve is very afraid of someone he cares about getting hurt again.
Mm-hmm.
And because he's getting pulled in so many places, he's afraid that he's not gonna be able to... There's something he's gonna need to be there for that he's not gonna be there for, and he's getting scared that he's gonna miss something.
Okay.
Or not be able to, yeah. I think you get the vibe I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Alright, I'm gonna roll for it.
He's gonna half-ass a bunch of things and not whole-ass one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, that's a 7.
A 7. Okay. You... I mean, just exactly what you said. If you continue to put stock and energy into this thread with Onyx, this thread with Dustin, this thread with Vernon, this thread with Ronnie, you will soon be pulled, so much so that nothing will be complete, or you will not feel good or secure or successful in any real realm. So you do have that. That is what makes you vulnerable.
Yeah.
Like, you named it. You know from, having a mom who has been dealing with grief in her own way. Maybe you've seen little glimpses of like her own personal journey and you just haven't told her, or you haven't brought it up, but you kind of know that you gotta just keep putting one foot in front of the other in the direction that you want to go. And you've seen her do that in her life, and she seems to be pretty happy with it. But you get to choose if you want to, I would say, back down, which is not do everything all at once and pick one specific path, or go through with it, which is continue to try to make everybody happy.
I think he's like sits there staring at his phone. And then he goes to his messages. And he deletes the text that he just got.
The unknown sender?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And he stands up and he heads to the mausoleum. And then he avoids getting hit by a car. And he says, "Hey!"
And it's Robbie. And Robbie's like, "Oh, Steve, I didn't see you there. I'm sorry. I had to get more sausage.
It's fine. You owe me a bacon, egg, and cheese.
Sandwich.
You owe me a bacon, egg, and cheese.
I do. You're a good kid. You're looking good. You're looking grown. You're what, a senior now?"
Yep. See
okay.
ya.
Bam, bam.
Guy's been saying I'm a senior since 6th grade.
So you head to the mausoleum. Are you already there, Onyx, or
yeah,
did you do something before?
I'm down and met him.
Okay. You stand there and you're waiting and you're waiting, and it's weird because inside this mausoleum is the dead and decaying body of your friend Josie, which is just an idea that you cannot let go of. Very weird, very gross.
Yeah. Weird that the police haven't found that, because I assume this area, maybe it isn't under investigation anymore. It's been months, I guess.
Well, if you think about the timeline, it was a week or so after the events. There was no real indication except that one where they found Jacob's body. But that was deeper into the woods, and so that area is kind of a little bit more active. But anything like the mausoleum is in a pretty well lit place, so you kind of have done your due diligence and figuring out a way to kind of fly under the radar by just being in public. Cool. But yeah, every time you come now, you're like, I used to live here, and now there is a body.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so I'd be waiting there for Steve.
You're just not gonna believe what's happened to me in the past 24 hours.
24 hours, okay. Well, I was there for part of it, but what's up?
Okay, so we went over to Mr. Marks's house.
Oh, yeah. How was it?
Well, Josie's parents were there.
Oh.
Yeah.
I haven't met them.
What?
I haven't met them.
Yeah, no, I mean, they were... Her dad, for sure, is a stoner, and her mom seems nice. And then they left, and that was weird, and Josie and Mr. Marks were, like, talking, and I went up to the bathroom, and I hexed Mr. Marks.
Oh, my God!
Yeah,
Look.
but I did what we want to do with your parents, and it worked really well, and he never noticed. I saw through his eyes, and I saw his computer screen, and okay, so first of all, Josie's parents think that she might be possessed, and they're worried about her spending time with her brother. So that's a thing. That's the thing that's not great. Also, he had files on people that he closed that I kind of quickly saw, but not really. But one was on Mrs. Townsend. One was on my friend Scotty. One was on my mom. And the other was on get this, Lilith Jasper.
Is that Vernon's mom?
I mean, no. his name's Vernon and her name's Lilith, and their last names are Jasper. They're related somehow.
I thought his parents were, like, dead or something.
His parents are dead because we tried to, like, bond over that at some point, and it didn't really go anywhere.
Ooh, yeah.
Yeah, he just handles it in a different way than I do. But I don't know. But also, I really don't think that Mr. Marks had anything to do with this whole Ronnie stuff. I also got a text from Ronnie this morning.
You got a text from Ronnie?
Yeah. I think that I like Dustin.
Oh. Does that have to do with the text from Ronnie?
I wrote a poem for Josie.
About what?
Asking her to go to the dance with me.
Even though you have a crush on Dustin?
I didn't know until this morning.
Yesterday you had a crush on Josie, and now you have a crush on Dustin.
I'm 14 years old, Onyx.
I'm just trying to understand the timeline. Don't sue me.
No, listen, Josie was one of the only people, like, you're great, and I think that our friendship has been really awesome, but there's nothing, like, really, once again, there's nothing really weird about you. And there's something weird about Josie, and there's something very weird about me, too, and that was kind of nice, and it was kind of cool that we had, like, that connection, and I didn't feel so, like, alone in my weirdness when I was around her. So I thought that maybe that means that I should like her, and so I wrote a poem because I know she's been really sad and feeling like she's not, like, you know, that, like, no one wants her around because she's dead, I guess. I don't know. And so I wrote her a poem, and I was going to ask her to the dance. But then Dustin kind of, like, sent me, like, a winky text, and I got really excited about it. But then he was like, oh, no, sorry, I didn't mean to wink. And then I got really upset about it. And so that made me feel like, what is this? What's going on here, you know? And how did Josh ask you to the dance?
First of all, I'm like weird too, so don't like paint me as a normie or something.
I mean, you're
Like,
not normal, like, but you're not like supernatural, you know?
and Dustin is like the most normal guy of all.
Like I said, I didn't know I had those feelings.
Yeah, and that's chill. That's fine. That's cool.
Oh, but yeah, Ronnie texted me this morning. But honestly, I'm like kind of over it.
Over Ronnie?
No, she yet again told me
What
not
the
to.
fuck is going
No.
on?
It's just she yet again told me not to reach out to her, and so it's like at this point it's like, well then stop reaching out to me. You know, like
You've gotten 2 texts from her in 24 hours after months of not hearing from her, and you're over it?
no, I'm
Maybe
not.
somebody's monitoring her incoming texts and she's texting you and then having to immediately delete it from her phone. Steve, she's obviously chosen you as the one person she trusts to reach out to, and you're just like,
But
done?
what am I supposed to do about it, Onyx?
I don't know. What did she say?
She literally just said, "Hey, can't really text much. Don't respond to this number, and don't go in the woods." And that's why I didn't want to tell you, because I want to go in the woods.
Yeah, it's kind of why we're here, huh?
We're going in the woods.
Yeah, fuck. I mean, I go into the woods all the time. She didn't text me telling me not to go in the woods, so
She probably doesn't have your number.
not gonna... That's pretty true.
Ronnie's my best friend. I'm not over it. That's not what I mean. I'm just kind of angry, I guess, and not really knowing what to do about it because...
Okay, it just seems like you get like one crush and then forget about your best friend, and I wouldn't want that to happen to me.
I'm sorry that I made you feel that way. That's not what's happening. I just...
It's fine. It's cool. It's
No, Onyx, I'm going to try to explain it to you. If that's okay.
Yeah. Go off.
When my dad died, it took me forever to accept that. Right? And every day I would just expect him to walk in the front door and for it all to be a joke. And I knew that logically that wasn't going to happen, but deep down, for a while, it's what I hoped for. And despite everything, I kind of got to the place with Ronnie where I had accepted it. I had accepted that she was gone, and I wasn't going to hear from her. It had been months. And then I heard from her, and it's really thrown me for a loop, and I'm not handling it well, and I'm doing the wrong things, and I get that. But I definitely haven't forgotten about her, and I wouldn't forget about you. I promise.
I think it makes sense that you're angry and confused. I mean, if I was getting those texts, I'd probably just respond to them, honestly. Which is probably not, like, a good choice, but I get it. I'd be pissed. I just don't think you should let that, guide your actions.
It's pretty smart.
What can I say? I know these woods like the back of my hand. So if Ronnie thinks she has anything to say about them, I am going to say that if she's been out here a couple months, that's crazy, but I've been out here my whole life. So let's go.
Okay, so I'm gonna meet your parents, huh?
Yes. So hopefully you're gonna meet my parents. We had
They
to
might
do
be at
this.
work.
Yeah, they might be at work.
Okay.
we had to do this during a school day so that Alaska isn't here because she will heartily disapprove. To my knowledge, unless she's, lied to me, like she has about, well, she hasn't lied to me, but she's certainly not told me things. Also, we have to fucking circle back on Scotty because something is going on with
Something's
them.
going on with them, and I've been noticing it since the first day of school.
I don't know them enough, but they in Alaska have been like, I think, kind of fighting.
I could practice right now.
Practicing through Scotty's eyes?
I could try. I have her D20. Their D20.
Oh, hell yeah. I want to see how you're doing. Like you said it went really well last night.
It did, yeah.
Yeah, well, you're gonna need to practice because my parents are a bit unique and I'm not sure, we're gonna have to maybe do a little hiking to find them. I'm not sure where they'll be. They're not, around always around, in like a easily, quickly findable way. We'll see when we get up to camp, though. Practice on Scotty.
I don't really get that. Okay. Okay. Just don't go anywhere. Okay?
You want me to hold your hand?
I don't want to hurt you.
Oh, fuck. Could you hurt me and you're not doing it to me?
I don't think so, but I just don't want to risk it.
Okay. I'll be right here.
Okay. And I am going to use what I've had since the first episode, which was it's the thing that Ronnie saw about me with my character skin is the fact that I stole this D20. So I'm going to use Scotty's D20 and cast a hex of watching on them.
Okay.
So I need to roll with dark. And I get a +1 because of the sympathetic token I am using. And that is a 6. That is a failure. Which means
it just doesn't work, right?
To cast them either, it just says on a 10 and up, the hex works and can easily be reversed. On a 7 to 9, it works, but choose one of these things. And then it doesn't list below that.
Yeah. No, because I think it just fails. It doesn't work. Because, like, a lot of the moves don't have anything for, like, a 6 or below.
Yeah, you just mark experience.
So you just mark your experience.
I have leveled up.
Oh? Okay, hold on to that. We'll talk to you about that.
Okay.
But you go to call upon Scotty. You're like rolling the D20 in your fingers, remembering bringing forth the face of this person. And as you do, instead of the usual focus you feel in your like energetic spell casting, you start to wonder what Scotty felt like when they first liked Alaska. You start to think about what Scotty's doing and why they haven't been around. You start to think about did you hurt their feelings? You haven't really talked to them. You haven't really reached out. What are they doing? Have they forgotten about you? Are they upset about like just thoughts start racing through your mind and you can't call the magic forward as easily as you could yesterday when you were supremely focused.
Fuck. It didn't work.
It didn't work? Wait, I thought you were good at it now.
No, I think I don't know what's wrong, but I actually think I can. I don't know. Weirdly enough, I accessed a different part of myself when I tried just now, and even though I wasn't successful, I feel like I could do more now.
What part of you did you access?
Yeah, Zach, tell us what happens.
The dark part.
A darker part?
Yeah.
Look, that's cool. I mean,
I kind of want to
within
try
reason. You want to try it?
I kind of want to try it.
Try what? Do it again?
Yeah.
On Scotty?
I can't try it on Scotty. I don't have anything else.
Oh, you can only use their die once.
Yeah, I don't know if you lose it when you fail.
Do you want to try it on me?
Are you sure?
I don't know. I can deal with it. I can handle it.
And he kind of stares at you, and he like lowers his head, and he like looks at you through his eyebrows, and you see his eyes kind of go dark, and he starts to chant in tongues at you, as he does not have a sympathetic token. Well, he does, but he's not using it in this moment. And I'm going to roll to Hex, and I'll tell you what it does.
Oh my god, is this your level up?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
As a level up for a witch, I can take all of my remaining hexes that I have.
Holy shit.
So you have open...
I have 3 new hexes. And I thoroughly succeed, and it's easily reversible, which is great. No, like, you're not hurt at all. Nothing bad happens to you. And I kind of smile, and my eyes are still black, and I say, hit me. Come on, hit me. Just trust me. Hit me. Onyx.
I kind of like punch your shoulder lightly.
That works because you're not actually trying to hurt me. So like, it's like, Onyx, don't be a wuss. Hit me.
I'm not a wuss, and I like actually try to like.
You like
lash out physically.
She tries and she stops like an inch in front of my face as I have cast the binding hex. And this person cannot physically harm others while under the effect of this hex.
Oh, hell yeah.
I went to like shove you and my like hands are stuck and I'm like,
cool,
huh? No. No, Steve, that's like my whole thing. You can reverse it, right? Like, I have wrestling practice this afternoon.
He like rolls his eyes, even though they're like black, and they like kind of fade away, and his like skin starts to get more color back to his skin, and he says, "Okay, it's gone."
And I like lean forward, and then like,
ow! I told you it was gone. You didn't. He like gets back.
Sorry. I love balance.
I could do some other stuff, but the rest of it's pretty bad.
Oh.
That's kind of the only good one.
That's cool.
Yeah,
Not
right?
on me. Don't do that again.
No, I won't. But I could...
Okay.
If there's someone that we want to have something bad happen to, I can do it.
Vernon?
I'm just saying. Like, if we wanted Vernon to, I don't know... lose all of his hair or his teeth fall out. I could
That's
maybe
the one
do that.
thing.
Oh my god.
Or I could make him see visions of snakes and bugs crawling on him, or demons following him around.
Okay.
And you see that like Steve is like
yeah.
weirdly like his smile is kind of wide. I mean, I could try.
I know. No. I need you to save your energy for
Yeah.
figuring out this stuff about my parents.
Yeah.
So you can cast this little spell on them if you see them.
So
aren't we trying to see through their eyes?
We are. So it's like if we're with them, that's a little weird. But I can also make it so that they can't lie to you.
That's cool. Okay.
And it wouldn't really hurt them unless they tried to lie big time. And then it might hurt them.
Oh. I don't know. Let's try it. I want them to tell me the truth.
Okay, yeah. I want your parents to tell you the truth, too.
Yeah.
What do you mean it's going to be hard to find them? Do they, like, play hide and seek or something with you?
No, they have some usual places that they usually
In the
are.
woods?
Yeah, they're usually around on a Friday afternoon, morning. They have some normal, places, so I think we could find them. We just might, we might have to I don't know. You'll see when you see them. It might be from a distance, and we'll see what we can do.
Are your parents gonna get mad at me or something?
Maybe.
Onyx, is there
What?
something you're not telling me?
You're gonna find out soon.
So then tell me. Like, am I
No.
going into a dangerous situation? Am I gonna get hurt? I can stop them from hurting me anyway.
Right. That's what I'm saying. We're armed with your powers, so they're not gonna hurt us.
Don't worry, Onyx. I'll protect you.
No. Stop. Ew.
Well, you don't have magic powers.
No, but I'm really strong.
Not stronger than an adult.
I'm stronger than some adults.
Yeah,
Maybe not my parents,
You
but
could beat up my mom for sure.
I lift. Okay?
Okay. Do you bench
Alright.
Josh? What?
He hasn't let me try yet.
Yet.
Okay, so how did he ask you? And as we start walking,
Yeah.
we as for details.
I was
on
like,
the
have you
Josh
been walking
situation.
this whole time?
Yeah, we've been
probably.
walking.
After the hexes, probably, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I would say we get to camp, and then I think that I would be like, this is where we're set up, this is where I'm staying, show them
Okay,
around.
but does it look like a camp?
It's tents and.
Oh, so it looks like. Okay, then it'd be hard for Steve to hide. It's just like, oh no.
Yeah, because it's winter.
It's cool. We love it out here. I've done this my whole life.
I would imagine there's a little. It's okay, not because I'm playing Red Dead Redemption 2, okay? But I would imagine it's kind of like the caravan camp where it's there's a designated kitchen area and you've collected you have a 2-stove camp burner thing and
I'm sure I could talk to my mom about you and
We
your
have
family
battery operated heaters.
Yeah,
I'm sure I could talk to my mom about you and your family staying with us.
Why? This is
Onyx.
our.
I mean, I guess I gotta be a little blunt here. You're clearly homeless. And that's fine. Being a person without a home is not your fault.
No.
Our society sucks, and I would love to help you. You're my friend.
That's so kind, Steve. I have never really lived in a normal home, so I really wouldn't know what to do with it.
He puts both hands on your shoulders. Onyx, what the fuck is going on?
I'd be like, come on, we're gonna I'm pretty sure my parents are in the spot. It's where they usually are resting in the morning. I think
the morning rock.
There's a little clearing. Come on, just follow me.
As you walk through the camp, Onyx, you hear it with your heightened senses and whatever, but you hear somebody going, shh, shh, shh.
Where's it coming from?
It is coming from one of the tent structures.
Okay, I'd be stay here, Steve, and I would quietly walk over there, but then punch open the flap to the
Steve
tent.
gets ready to cast a spell. He's full superhero mode.
Who's in?
It's Alaska and Scotty.
Doing what?
It looks like nothing nefarious. It looks like they were going to skip school. And I mean, they may have been doing a little smoocheroo, but it looks like Scotty may have spent the night, and they were planning on skipping school.
I think Steve literally goes, just like points and gasps.
Scotty says, "Sup, Steve?"
I would be like, I would look at Alaska and be like, shut the fuck up. I would look at Steve and be like, you know, kind of think about it. You shut the fuck up too. Shut the fuck up. Stay here. Just, I don't want to hear it right now.
Who are
And
you
I would
saying
like
that to?
close the flap and turn around.
Okay.
Steve.
Yeah, they do not follow you.
Let's go.
Scotty
meet your
looks
parents.
mortified. Alaska, you hear, is like laughing her ass off as the two of you leave camp.
I like march off and be like, Steve, we are going to deal with that later. We are going to. There's some that's not done yet, but we cannot get sidetracked right now.
Okay.
And as you two march off to the morning rock, that is where we're gonna end tonight's session. Before we get too far into it, and
I know
Sophie cannot be.
We kept it feral. That's for sure.
That was fucking feral for sure.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, everybody, for coming to this very drama-filled teen. I think this is the most teen angst we've had.
Oh my god.
I know.
In a while. But it's not over. CharmedPersons. Sorry, I'm freezing because I'm opening the calendar because I always have to do this because I'll forget.
It's not over.
It's not over. We got more good stuff for you. Sunday we are back in Tearoth with a little help. What may be some of the last few sessions of
Perhaps our penultimate
standing.
session.
Yeah, penultimate.
Yeah.
So that'll be happening at 2 p.m. We're having a little time shift so that Zach can be an artist. And so we'll be there at 2 next Wednesday. Come back for episode 3 of Kids on Brooms. If you're loving the magic drama and the mystery and intrigue like I am, come and hit that new system up that we've been playing in. And then this time next week, session 11 of the Curse of Strahd campaign is going to be starting back up. So we got stuff and things, as Rick Grimes says, and lots of entertainment. But for tonight, we will leave you there. Text your friends, text your crush, get a little feral, and we will see you in 2 Thursdays. Peace, y'all.
Peace.
Peace.